Good morning, folks. How are we all? Today, I want to be drilling some fields. I haven't got a lot of choice today, I don't think. Just going to quickly check the crop calendar and see what we got. Yeah, I was hoping to get the canola in, but it looks like I've missed out. So, pretty much my only choices for today is going to be barley or wheat. Now, usually wheat's always a bit less than barley, so barley it is. I know it's a boring crop, but it's going to bring money in and get me some straw, and I think it's going to give me straw. Not worried about it. I've got to get it organised anyway. So, let's jump into the tractor, the Deutz, and head out to the shop and let's get some stuff. I'm going to take... No, I can't take both of them, so I'll just go to the shop first. I was going to take the water tanker with me, but I don't think there's any point because I can't bring them both back at the same time. Let's get some lights on. How many have I got there? Looks better. Probably high beaming everybody. Alright, let's go. I have a fair idea what seeder I want to get. There's a case seeder that I downloaded from Giants. It's an official mod from the Giants. Oh, here we go. It's happened to me again. Oh well. I'm not going to waste the time. I've still got work to do. I'm going to go back down to the farm, pick up the tanker and fill the greenhouses up because they must be just about out of water too. Okay, well, I was kind of hoping to get an early start. Never mind, we'll do this. We'll do this instead. We'll come back to the drilling in a few moments. Just take it easy around here. It's a zippy little tractor, this thing. Little Deutz. I don't usually use a Deutz, but I'm not going to complain. I quite like it. And I haven't made up my mind about whether or not I should sell the other tractor, the Class. I'm not going to sell it unless I absolutely have to get it, or feel that I need to get it. But then again, you know, it's just sitting there, so I could change my mind. I'm very much undecided about that. Deep down I don't want to sell it, but it might be a better idea to sell it to get some equipment. Or get the productions up and running. Okay. Just gonna fill it up from our supply here. A little bit more of a room. There we go. A bit of swing room there. Now again, I always use the accelerator when going down hills because this hill is very steep. This bank is very, very steep, and if I'm not careful I'll end up going swimming. Just waiting for the ripples so I know I'm in. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, Bessie. Okay. I think I'm pretty close. I don't want to be going down any further than that, that's for sure. Otherwise I will be giving the tractor a bit of a wash. Come on, matey, I haven't got all day. I think you were the one that cut me off the other day too. Probably got a speeding ticket. Now he's playing it safe. Okay. Let's get this. What's the time? It's just on 7. Okay, well I won't bother doing two 2 trips to the water hole, because by the time I get this done, I can probably be time to go buy my cedar. Okay, now I'm going to try and get a half. Oh, look at that. I'll get it one day. I'll get it right on the 50 mark one day. Oh, no idea. Okay, that was easy. Oh, I can see the lettuce has just popped up. Okay, I'll just have a quick look at the shop. I'll have a quick look at the shop. Yep. And cedars. Now, I downloaded this case mod from the Giants mod hub. It's an official download. If I use downloads, it's only going to be the official one, so I'm not going to any third-party sites. I want to be able to support the modders who do a great job and really make this game what it is. Just looking between these two, honestly there's not much difference, but there's a 5.2 working width on this one and a 4 meter working width on this one, so you know, Blind Freddy can work that one out at the same price. So I'm not particularly interested in changing the colour. Now, make a note, I like these tyres because I don't know if it's meant this way, but I find these ones here with the edging, the rims extended out a little bit on the tyre, they leave nice markings in the field. It makes the seeding process that much easier when you can see exactly where you're being. Now, I know there are various other mods that assist you with driving, and sometimes I use them, but for these fields it's small enough, and you know, I think it's more fun than you do it yourself. Maybe once I start hitting the bigger fields, you know, I could well end up using the driver assistant mod, and you know, that's a real thing. It's not a cheat. It does exist. In fact, a lot of the new tractors say it comes out pre-installed, as far as I know, or at least as an option. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. Time to buy this, and time to get some seeds for it. Alright, I'll just go out again. In here. Yeah, I'll just get one bag. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but I can always come back. The field that I'll be working is just around the corner. Okay, so let's go get it. Hopefully the shop's open when I get there now. Hopefully the shop's open. What's happened here? Hey? Mate, you got to give way. Well, I better back up here a bit. Got to give way, mate. You alright? Everyone's alright there? I think they're okay. Okay, okay. They're okay. Now, to the job at hand. The job at hand. Let's go. Let's go, Bronco. Yeah. Okay, well, the shop's open. Excellent. Oh, look at the sunrise. It's both beautiful and blinding at the same time. Okay, let's get this up and ready. Let's get going. Cute. Not sure if I'm close. Yeah, I'm close enough. And before I forget, I will change out the crop to barley. Now, I'm not going to bother putting fertilizer in here. Or maybe I should. No, I'll do it separate. I know this does take fertilizer, but honestly, I'm not sure if it's going to make a difference, because I've already put the first layer down. I might have to wait for the crops to come up before. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think the fertiliser and seed combination is only good if you haven't put a first layer of fertiliser down. I could be wrong. I'm not going to risk it. I just want to get stuck into it right now. Okay, I'm going to use the other view for this. Okay. This one here done first. Right. V. And I don't think this has a motor, so let's go. Let's go. Whoa. What's the go, Flo? Or have I got the wrong date? Barley? No. What is the go? Did I put it down? That should be drilling. I'm not sure why. Oh, okay. Maybe there's something to do with me extending the field yesterday. Okay, well that's really odd. I extended the field with the plough yesterday, thinking that I could maybe expand this field, but obviously I can't. So that's going to make it a bit messy. Later on, I'll probably just paint the grass over it. Now that had me confused. Just going to go around now, and I don't know if you can notice, but if you look, you can see the tyre leaving a nice indentation into the field. You don't get the other tyres do leave indentations, but I honestly find this tyre does leave a much more pronounced marking in the ground. Just makes it easier. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is what it's all about. I love doing this sort of stuff, this field work. It's just so relaxing. I've got all day to get these fields done. If I can get the third one, which I haven't even started on, I might even be able to do that. And maybe that one there, I might put the fertiliser in, because I don't know what state the other field is, but I haven't put any which I'm going to go. I'll go halfway, I'm not sure how far I can go out. But I haven't put any fertiliser down on the other field. I'll bring up a number rather than babbling about it. This one here, number 41. I'll just check now actually, since I'm in the menu. No, that's got no fertiliser on it. So when I get to do that, I will try the seeds and fertiliser, and it should alleviate a bit of work. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Too much yakking. Well, okay, well, I'm really not sure where the edge is. I might just come out a little bit further. Okay, so let me go through this. Oh, okay. I wonder if it's just the angle. No. Well, this is going to make interesting coverage. I've got spots all over from the... I shouldn't have tried to extend it. Well, I didn't know either, you know, I thought I could. I thought I could, but obviously I can't. But you see how that tyre just holds that line nicely? I quite like it. I'm not going to worry about the extra bits that's not growing, and if it seeds, it seeds. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, the portion of the field that I tried to extend, it's a bit uneven, it's patchy, but if it's not going to work, it's not going to work. It's pretty much as simple as that. Oh, looks like the cotton has come through next field. It'd be nice to have a harvester. So that'll be a nice little money earner. That'll create a few dollars. I'm just curious if I keep going. I'm not expecting it to happen, but yeah. Okay. Well, at least I got a boundary to work to anyway. I'm not going to worry about the parts that didn't come through. I'll get that sorted at a later stage. Probably end up just painting over it, as I said before. Where are we up to? V3. I'm going to go up and down soon. I just want to get a better idea where my boundary is. See how it's just cut through there like that? I'm going to come back just to see if I can marry that up a bit better. Okay. Gave me a little bit extra. Just might be just so uneven that it only, you know, I can only plough or drill it if I hit the right angle, which is a bit odd, but I mean, it is what it is. Jeez, I hate that saying, but everyone says it. It is what it is. Okay. Alright. Okay, I'm just going to go up and down now, enough mucking around. Lift it up. I'm going to go around in circles. I can't drill any of that bit. Sort of botched that up a bit, didn't I? Right. What's the time? 9 o'clock. 7, maybe an hour's worth of work. I really want to get all of them done today, so I'm not going to be mucking around. I'm just going to get stuck into it. I think this is one of those maps that's designed not to muck around with the layout of the field, so I'm not going to bother trying to expand any of the other fields. Well, I will try and cut another field where I did the mowing, turn that into a grass field. That way it won't matter if I've missed pieces, because, you know, grass is grass at the end of the day. But I'll try and I'm hoping that it's not going to be chopped to pieces like this field was at the edge. I hope it's all nice and even, and you know, looks like it's set that way to become a field. The next big thing I obviously want to get is the sheep too, so I can't see that happening this sort. It may be possible, just every time I say that I always end up running out of time, but if it's not done in this episode, I guarantee it'll be done in tomorrow's episode, that's for sure. Yeah, I know I don't talk when I work. It's a habit. I just sort of switch off. I apologise for that. I think I've said most of the important stuff that I wanted to say before. But yeah, I'm not much of a talker at the best of times. But look at the mess that's made on that side. I wish I regret trying to plough that now. I really do. I'll fix it up after the next harvest. I'll fix it up. I can't be looking at that through the whole series. I'll have a look at the map later on just to make sure that I have actually got everything that I can get. I think once everything is up and running, the money is going to start coming in at a decent rate. But there's a lot of groundwork right now that I have to do. That's going to sort of slow the process up a little bit, but that's like anything. It'd be hardly a challenge if you just had everything thrown at you straight up. Mind you, having said that, you do get a fair bit in this. You know, in the starting equipment that you receive for the map. Well, that's the whole point of it. I haven't had a chance to look at the new mods that have been released, but it looks like there's some really nice stuff. And the first of the out of the season pass stuff I think is coming through. There's a whole, I think there's a new map or something. I really don't know. I saw something being advertised, but I'm going to keep going through this. I'm not going to stop just because something decent comes out. I mean, I'll play this as on the merits that it is, which I am enjoying, and you know, I could well start a second playthrough with whatever comes, but I'm certainly just not going to walk away from this one. So I really am enjoying this map. I'm not sure if I missed a little bit then. Let's see if I can straighten that up a bit. Come on, turn around. There you go. Right, I should have fixed it. Yeah, so we're just about through this field already. That's one of them. 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. Oh, let's do this. It's really coming through quickly now. There's a bit of mucking around with that. The other side of this field where I chopped it up with the plough. I didn't do the field any favours, that's for sure. I messed it up pretty bad. seem to be smashing through this field. No more, maybe one or two more, probably two more up and downs, and that's it. I should say one more up and down, but you know what I mean. Here's the first. Look. Take this side on. And one more to go. Hopefully this will be it for this field. I'm not going to try and do anything more to the other side. I know it looks ugly, but I'll fix it up after the first harvest. I suppose technically it's the second harvest, because I think this was one that came with a crop when I first bought the farm. Right, okay. I'm just going to check the map, make sure I haven't missed anything. Growing, plowed. Yep. That's that purple section. That's just the part that I'm unable to actually fill. That's what I ploughed up yesterday, trying to extend the field a little bit, but no. Made a complete, breakfast of that one. Anyway, enough of that. Let's not go to the next field, which is just over here. And we've barely touched the oh, this is a small field, a much smaller field. Okay, well, this is going to take next to no time to do. I'm just going to check the state of it before I start. Okay, that needs lime. That's right, I said I wasn't going to put lime down for the first. I haven't got time. Well, I suppose I could have time, but means I'd have to get a small spreader. And yeah, I'll get it lined up next harvest. It'll be a lot more organised next time. V3, let's go. Oh, yes, seemed to take off awfully quickly then. Didn't think it was down. 18, that seems like a bit fast for a seeder. I might actually slow that down a bit. Seems a bit unrealistic the more I look at it. Yeah, I'll slow that down to about, I think 14's a good speed. 18 feels a bit unrealistic. There we go. Let's put it at that speed. Yeah, even that seems a little fast, but certainly better than before. Okay, where are we at? V3. I think I'm just going to go up and down after. Yeah, I'm not going to do any more headlands. I'm just going to start going up and down. It's just square enough. There's enough room for me to get around. Alright. V3. Let's do this. Start from the other side because it's more squared up. For me it makes more sense. I'm not going to go up and down from that side, I'll go up and down from this side here. looks like a cloud. I hope it doesn't rain. I haven't checked the weather. I quite often forget to do that. I just rely on the icons up near the clock there, but yeah, certainly not a fan of the rain or the snow. I've got to have a good think about what I'm going to do with snow too. I'm really not sure. I might try something different if I can. Don't know. I'm not really not sure. Maybe they got. I don't know if they got it in 25, but in 22, I think they had a you go salt the roads and stuff like that. Take on. But hang on, that's contract work. I'm not doing contract work. I'll look into it. If it's contract work, I won't do it. Maybe there's something I can just do around the farm for my own benefit rather than. I'm not sure. I'll have a look. Maybe I'll buy a plot that's got some trees on. Maybe just do the a bit of forestry in the colder season when it's snowing. Because there's not much you can do when it snows. I mean, I know you can do stuff, but realistically, I mean, you can actually put fertiliser and that sort of stuff down, but I mean, how realistic is that? You know, like, I know everything's not realistic, but if it's straight out unrealistic, I don't like doing it. I like, you know, I like to try to keep it as real as possible. I know sometimes you don't have any choices. You know. Trying to start to guess to see how much seed I'm going to need for the next field. I mean, looks like we may get close to halfway with this. It won't be halfway, but you know what I mean. There's maybe 60% when I finish this field. Yeah, sure, I can top it up at the shop. I know there's a little bit more there, but I reckon it's going to be close. In the end, when I do all 3 fields, I still may have to buy another bag. Just wait and see, I guess. Wait and see. I actually thought this would be the smaller of the. It looks the smaller of the field, but I don't know. It seems to be taking longer to do. It's just probably my perception because I had a lot of mucking around before I got started on the other field, or it just might be the shape of this field. Narrow at one end, and you know. Yeah, see, that's what it is. It's the shape of the field. Because this, from this angle going down, you know, it's like half a dozen lines and that's about it. But when you get down to the other side, it looks a lot more. I mean, it is a lot more, but that'd be shorter because it's a strange shape. See how it's sort of, I don't know. Maybe my eyes are wonky. Actually, from the memory, it looked quite square on the map. It's just as I'm doing it, it looks like it's a bit of a trapezoid sort of a shape. I might just look at it. I've got to have a look at this. Yeah, okay, it's the top end that was a bit out. Yeah, okay. Okay. That's good. I'm glad I'm not going crazy in my old age. I probably am, but there's hope for me yet. There's hope for me yet. Three. Okay, we are, I think, approaching or just exceeding the half an hour mark, 30-minute mark. I think again we're going to have a longer one. I really don't want to stop in between two fields. I think I'm just going to go for it and get this other field done. Might be a slightly longer video than normal. Then again, I think I've had one or two that's been fairly lengthy. Alright. Yeah, not too long to go now. This field's almost done. Hopefully no more than two more lines left. They're a bit, it's not exactly square at the other end, it's a bit of a diamond shape or whatever shape you want to call it. I'll go this side. I'm not going to try and go down the middle of this strip, otherwise I'll have pieces missing on both sides. Yeah. I'll double check it against the map, the legend, just to make sure nothing's being missed. Spin it around. We'll go down one more time. Ooh, or maybe one more time and a little bit in the middle. It's a bit fat in the middle. Almost done. Done like a doggy's dinner. Huh? Done like a doggy's dinner. There we go. Where was it? Right here. I'll just double check that in a sec. Alright, let's just lift that up and have a look. What's going on here? Oh, about to say, hadn't caught up. Okay, I had me worried there for a second. Right, now well, at least I'll be able to fill up. check that, make sure I didn't leave anything behind. No, that looks pretty good to me. Alright. I feel like at least I've accomplished something today. We can go. Just get off cruise control for a second because I had it set to 14. Where's this entrance? Here it is. Slow down, big fella. Alright. Alright, well that's it. Well, it's going to be close. Now, where's the... You know what, I'm going to... What's the time? It's 1 o'clock. I'm just going to go back to the farm and put the fertiliser in here, because the other one hasn't got any fertiliser, and maybe I can save 2 complete passes if it does take. Okay, so I might just put that here for a second. And what I'll do is I shall connect this spreader up, bring it up. I might just unload it down here. There's a bit of room down here. There's not much room up at the other end. That's what I'll do. Right. Okay. I'll do that. And okay. That's all there was. Again, I'm probably used to the bigger machinery I'm using on the other map. You get about 4 or 5, or at least 4 pallets usually spat out. Okay. So if I had a fork, I could bring it over to the trailer, but I haven't. And that's going to ask the other question. Will I have enough fertiliser? Usually fertiliser goes further than seeds. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes, mostly I think. I'm probably wrong about that as well, but I mean, we only bought 1 bag of fertiliser and we did 2 fields on it, and look how much is left. So, oh, there's more seeds at the moment, which has filled it up at the store. That's an interesting little plot. I can't help myself, I'm just going to go and have a quick look at it. Oh, I thought... What was I looking at? Maybe it didn't render in. Okay. Yeah. Hasn't quite rendered in. I thought it was a vacant property near the fire station there. Okay. Actually, I better check my map where I'm going. I think I'm going in the wrong direction already. Oh no, I'm not down. Okay, I'm not. I've got a bit of driving to go. Let's move it. Let's get it cracking. I hope he's turning good. Thank you. I'm somewhere around here. I'll put my mini map up. That's what I'll do. Yeah, it's number 41 I'm trying to get to. Gonna have to stop and think it's around here. I might have to pull in here, I think. Right, get back in the camera so I can see where I'm going. That's it. That's a weird place. I'm not even sure where the official entrance is. Okay, I'm just going to go up and down on this one. I'll make a note to see if it makes any difference to the fertilising too. Come on. Alright. Okay, let's... Where are we? B. Okay, I'll go up a ways. It's just that little bit on the corner that I just want to make sure I get. Keep everything square. Come on. There we are. Alright, I'm just going to go up a bit and then I'm going to check the map to see if I'm getting a fertiliser layer. That'll do it. Just going to bring the map up. Yes. Although, unless the rendering just hasn't caught up. Fertiliser. That's a bit odd. Maybe they put fertiliser down just that little bit there. Might have another look and see if it's gone. Otherwise I'm going to empty the fertiliser out. I don't want to be wasting it. I think I'm going to have to pull the fertiliser out, you know. That is strange. No, it's not. Okay, I can see what's happened. Similar problems to the other field. Seeds aren't being dropped, therefore it's not being fertilised. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to lift it up. I'm not going to even try to put seeds down here. So I know where my boundary is, so I'll go back the other way. That's what I'll do. Do a bit of a headland this way. Oh, that's very interesting. I'd say maybe when they were developing the map, they possibly tried to chew off a little bit more, make them a bit bigger, and did the same thing I did. And the map didn't allow it. That's just a guess. Anyway, let's have a look. Let's see if it's going to do the same thing here. Okay, it looks like it's going down. So I'll just check it. Yes, okay. And it'll be interesting to see if it does the same here at the end. I'll just double check that. Okay. Alright, well, I think we'll just go up and down from this side. Anyway, we'll work out pretty quickly where the boundary is. 3. Yeah. Okay, let's get rid of that mini map. Okay. Maybe I should look at getting a second monitor, so, you know, like all the professional streamers do. YouTubers have a dedicated screen for all the mini map and all the shop menus, and just keep the HUD turned off on this. Yeah. One day I'll do that one day, maybe. Not sure. I'd like to do it, but I don't know if I'm good enough to do that. I know what I know, but I'm also afraid of stuffing up what I don't know, you know, trying something new and totally ballsing it up. But then again, that's the only way you learn, I guess, people would say. Okay, I'll consider it. Definitely consider it, at least. It's a bit of a bummer about that. ploughing though, that sort of annoyed me a little bit, I'm not going to lie. Alright. Onwards. Let's go. Let's get this done. Well, it must be 45 minutes. Maybe it is going to be an hour session. I'm not going to water the greenhouse in this episode more. I'm not going to top it up, I won't have time. But at least I've got water in there. That'll be the start of the next episode. See, now I've got things to do straight out as soon as I start now that I've got things in place. The next thing I'll be trying to do is get the sheep. So maybe next episode I'll go bring some of those bales in, get some sheep and tend to the greenhouses, and really depends what time I got left. That's about as far as I've looked into the planning of this playthrough so far. I'll look at cows too, but they're ways away. I just don't want to start buying cows and then having to buy feed and everything else. I won't get the cows until I know I've got fields that, you know, can produce the grass and the hay, and I want to be self-sufficient and make the silage up. Once I've got things in place, then I'll get the cows. I don't want to have to be spending money on the likes of feed and consumables if I can be at the same time producing myself. That's the whole idea of what I'm doing. Pretty much the sole idea of anyone playing this series, I suppose. See, I was going to do a series without even using greenhouses, but then you get a lot of productions that require stuff to be grown in the greenhouses, and like, that's the way I'm playing this playthrough is not the way I normally play it. I mean, I'm enjoying it as much, don't worry, but I'd only use greenhouses if I was using it to produce products for a production. I wouldn't just slap down half a dozen greenhouses and start, you know, collecting the money like I'm doing in this series. But then again, two things: that it's not going to be producing a lot of income, and once I do get a bit more established, chances are I will be sending them straight across to anything to some form of productions anyway. I should look and see if there are any blank building sites, any, you know, that I can put a production in. If there's not, I'll just rely on what came with the map, because they're getting new productions and things releasing all the time. I know I'm over, but I don't want to stop halfway through the field. It's one thing to stop halfway through and mowing grass, but I think it's a bit outrageous stopping halfway through a field that you're drilling, you know. So this is not going to take that much extra time into it anyway. I haven't been keeping I'm keeping a conservative idea of the time. I'm guessing it's roughly about 45 minutes. It could be more, but I have a feeling this could be my longest recording yet. I don't plan it to be long, but the same token, I don't want to just A, give you a 20-minute video on something, on jobs that we were able to complete before I started this, or B, say, right, well, that's time, I've got to stop it now. I'm going to finish this field and then I'll stop it. Yep, I think it's the right thing. Well, it is the right thing to do. I don't think it's the right thing. I know it's the right thing to do. I'll come and get that bit on the edge in a moment. It's really confusing me the way they the texture is has been chopped into, and you can't do anything with it. But that little stripe on the far edge that I'm working now, I'll do that last. I just want to get the bulk of this field done, and it looks like I'll have enough fertiliser. They come in. That's just too ridiculous amount of the stripe. So, I'm just going to check the texture. Oh, that's the lime here. Okay, I had a heart attack. I was looking at this thinking, oh, all this isn't being seeded, but that's the fertiliser. Okay, that's cool. Oh man, that's good. That's good. That's a relief. That is a relief. Okay. Come on. Let's go. Oh, look, the sun's going to be coming out again. That's good. I was fearing it was going to start raining while I was trying to do this. Okay, that's good. I'm happy about that. I love sunshine. I'm not much a fan of the rain, and I'm definitely not a fan of the snow. Can't do anything in the snow, and you're very limited to what you can do in the rain. Limited or penalised. It's just all the different the grains of the way it's been cultivated, previously cultivated, sort of all over the place a bit. It's a little confusing. Okay, well. So I'll also be doing, obviously, some fertilising. And at the next growth stage anyway, at least. I'm not sure when that's going to fall in these episodes, but it'll be sooner than later, that's for sure. I'm just noticing also this field haven't seen any rocks in this field, which is, so I was wondering, it might be one of those very rare fields that doesn't have any, or the previous state, maybe the previous owner did get the stones out of it before I bought it. The shadows are starting to play havoc on my eyes. It's starting to struggle to see the portion of the field that I haven't seeded yet, haven't drilled. Seems to be moving all over the place with the shadows, and I'm nearly done. This episode will be finishing pretty soon. I'm relieved that I didn't run out of fertiliser. I'm relieved I've got all 3 of the fields done today. I feel like I've achieved something. Next episode, I'll be getting the sheep organised, fertilising these fields maybe. I said something else I've already forgotten. But I'm sure I'll remember before I start. I might even look at getting a roller too. Well, I will, but I'm just not sure when. I can't remember what the price of a roller is. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with mulching it. I have used it in the past. I just find it just doesn't make enough. It's not economic. The money and time you spent doing it, and the return you get from doing it is not much at all. It really isn't. It's a nice addition, but if I didn't have so many fields, yeah, I'd probably consider it. But the fact is, I've already got 3 fields now, Okay, they're not huge fields, but they're still 3 fields, and I'm going to be getting as many fields as I can as quick as possible, so I'm not going to have time to be doing rolling, especially if it's not going to be returning a lot of money. I will start to get bigger equipment as I get bigger fields. I mean, these seeders are fine, this size seeder is fine for these size fields, but once you start getting bigger fields, I will need bigger seeders. I'm really still very much undecided what the heck to do with this, with that class tractor. That's what I got on the farm. I'm pretty much at the moment thinking if I've got money in the bank and I don't specifically need to get rid of it, I'll hang on to it. But if it comes a time where I do need money, I do need to get something, well, all bets are off. I probably will sell it. Trouble is, I think it actually gets worked into the costs of your running of the farm too. That's another consideration. If I'm not using it and I'm paying production costs or just maintenance costs or whatever you want to call it, I'm sure it's worked into the cost of the running of the farm. Every time you go to bed, I think it definitely has some sort of bearing on how much you pay. Oh man, I lost my line for a second, so it's going to be a little bit crooked somewhere. The lines on this field are all over the place. Alright, B3. I might even have to look at the map in a second to see where I'm up. Okay, I can sort of see the line now. It's mainly the previous cultivated state that's all over the place. I'm hoping next time I plough it, I'll plough some more defined lines in the same direction. Here it's sort of scratched all over the place. So I think I'm just about done here. I know I've got a little bit to do on the side. Oh, I'm out of fertiliser. Okay, well I'm not going to be stopping for that. I'll just have to... I'm actually quite surprised about that. Maybe that's what's causing some of the lighting issues, texture issues, is the fact that I'm out. Okay, I just want to have a quick look and see how much out I am. Okay, all seeds going in. Okay, that is bizarre, the coverage of that, unless it hasn't just caught up with rendering, but it's actually saying what the blue bits you can see is actually the second stage of fertilisation, so which means before I did my seeding, all these blue bits, they must have been at the light blue stage, and by me running over, it's upgraded it. So okay, which means I have wasted a fair bit of... Oh, that's not good. It means I've wasted a fair bit of fertiliser. Oh well, I'll have it all evened up. I've probably wasted the best part of about $1,500 there, which is not good at all. $1,500 to lose is not good in anyone's language. I don't care how rich you are, that's a fair sum. Well, okay, hopefully this is the last strip in the middle, and I'll come back down the edge and finish that off, and that'll be the episode. I'll worry about the fertilising in another episode. I'll have to run over with it. Okay. Well, that was... I feel it was both productive and in a lot of ways disappointing at the same time. I got a lot done, but unfortunately I was a bit annoyed at some of the results from the final. I think I've missed something. You know, messed up the ploughing messed up the fields, both in my fields and in this one. And I'm a little bit upset that I've wasted I mean, I didn't do it deliberately. I thought the nutritional was being spread, but it appears I've wasted a lot of fertiliser, which ain't good. Okay, I'm just going to drop that down now. I think let's go back to the. Okay, so. Okay, so. Oh, we're approaching the last bit that I didn't do now. On a good note, the seeds were enough. Worked out quite well, actually. How far are we then? Okay, we've got too far to go. I'll just double check, make sure I haven't missed anything. No, everything else is done. I'll have this little patch done. Get back to the farm, and that will be the episode, my friends. That will be this episode. Right, done like a doggy's dinner. I'll just run over the corner to make sure. Sometimes corners are easily missed. Okay, bring it up. Let's go. A bit. Again, this is part of the map I'm unfamiliar with, so I'll just be taking it a little bit easy. I'm looking for a landmark like my silo. What's here? Is this here? My farm looks familiar. Yep, okay, I know where I am. I might see if I can even find a spot. Actually, I think there's some nice size sheds just to the left of me now. What's going on? Oh, come on, there we go. Okay, see. It's going to hop out. Okay. Must be dead. Alright, I got a shed. I'm not sure if it's going to fit, that's my only concern. I'll take it down the other. I don't think it's going to fit. Looks like a shed over here I can put it in. Again, I'm not sure. Come on, oh, the wrong pedal. I'm not sure if it's going to fit. I might put it under the hay. I think there's a hay silo. It's pretty temperamental with the steering today. No, it's not going to fit. All right. Oh man, it's not making it easy for me. What's over here? That's some sort of bale storage maybe. I might just put it under here. I think this will be wide enough, maybe. Maybe stick it over here. Doesn't like to be steered. It's very, very temperamental. I'm going to leave it here. I don't think there's room for it. No, that's not going to fit. Even if it was a little bit straighter. Alright. Listen, I'm going to call it here, folks. Thank you very much for hanging around. I know it was a long one. It was definitely a long one. It's 5 o'clock now. I'll be heading to my home, my house, my farm, my bed, if I can find it, over here. It's a bit disorientating sometimes. And I shall see you next episode. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.